What's up, guys? I'm Kay Scholl. Welcome to another financial awareness video. I'm going to share my thoughts on the SoFi app and specifically the SoFi Invest features. In my previous video, I mentioned that SoFi was being acquired and taken public by Chamath Palihapitiya's SPAC IPOE, which I own shares in. So I thought it'd be fun to test drive the app for myself, seeing as I'm investing in the company. And well, here are my thoughts. Dude, this thing is fast, it's free, and it's pretty easy. Let's get to work. Hey, if you're not happy with the app or investment account you're currently using and are interested in moving your money over or just opening up another investment account, then check out the link in the description below for SoFi. When you deposit your first $1,000, you're gonna get $50, which is a pretty nice deal. Okay, so SoFi Invest, yes, it's fast, free, and easy. It's easy because you could do it all from the app on your phone, which is pretty similar to other places like M1 Finance, Webull, and Robinhood. And coming from the financial world that I lived in for over 8 years, where the client onboarding experience was brutal, you literally had to have multiple documents docu-signed, which took a lot of emails back and forth and took a lot of time just to open up the account, let alone to make your first trade. Which brings me to my next point. It's fast. I literally did a screen recording of my entire account opening process, and it took me less than 4 minutes from the time I opened up the SoFi app to the time I had my first $1,000 in the account ready to make my first trade. I was actually a little surprised that I had the option to start trading right away once that $1,000 hit the SoFi Invest account, because I knew the money hadn't left my checking account just yet. So when I say it's fast, it's fast. Also, it's free. I love that I can buy and sell shares as seldom or as frequently as I want without incurring any transaction fees. So that's nice. And I really like this $0 fee transaction trend that's going on right now in the financial and investing world. I hope it stays that way forever. Okay, so I made a quick list of all the things that I liked about the SoFi Invest features of the SoFi app, and a few things that I'd like to see improved, which I'll go over as well. These are in no particular order, but I'll go ahead and I'll throw up some screenshots on the screen so you can follow along with me. Again, in no particular order, first one up, you can buy stocks using fractional shares. SoFi calls this stock bits. So if you didn't have a full couple $100s to buy a share of Apple, for example, you could buy a fraction of that share, which is pretty nice because with your first $1,000, you don't have to put all of that in one fund like some people do, like I sometimes do, but you can diversify that $1,000 into a few different options if you wanted to. Also, you can drip your dividends. DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Purchase or Dividend Reinvestment Plan. What that means is if you invest in stocks or in ETFs or funds that pay you a dividend, you can take that dividend in cash, which is the default setting for this app. But you also can enable your dividends to be reinvested and to purchase more shares of that same stock or ETF or fund. And you have to enable that, but it's really nice that they have that feature as well. And then you have multiple different account types that you could open. I would imagine they're going to add and tweak this list over time, but as of right now, you could open up a normal individual account, which is simply a taxable investment brokerage account. You could open up a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, or a SEP IRA. And if you're not sure which of these accounts you should open, then I've got a few videos that you can watch to help give you a little more detail, because that's a little bit outside the scope of this video today. Also, if you haven't seen my posts on the community tab, then I want to encourage you to scroll over there, because from time to time I will post things to that community tab. One of my first few posts was in regards to a rollover that I'm doing from a Vanguard qualified plan over into a new traditional IRA. So I opened up a traditional IRA through SoFi Invest as well, and that's where I plan on investing that money. Looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty fun. Also, by being a SoFi member, by having a SoFi Invest account, you also can track your credit score for free. So that's a nice added bonus. I usually track my FICO through my Amex app, so it'll be nice to check and see how they compare between the Amex app, which uses Experian, and the SoFi app, which uses TransUnion. So it'll be interesting to see how those two compare. A few other cool features: when searching for a stock, you can scroll down to see which other SoFi Invest members have been buying that same stock recently, and there are some added news articles you can read as well. Still a good idea to research across a few different sources and not just this SoFi Invest app, but it is nice that they have that feature as you continue to scroll down. Okay, so I mentioned that you could see other SoFi Invest members buying stocks. That's because there is a very real social component to this app. They have a feature called the leaderboard, which is pretty neat. If you have your, I think it's called your social sharing. If you have your social sharing enabled, then other people on the app can see what you're buying and see what you're selling. So really interesting because the leaderboard is kind of fun. You can see who's doing really, really well, and you could take a look and track and see what they're buying and what they're selling. Pretty neat feature. Again, a pretty very real social aspect to this app. It's not just a platform for investing. You can interact with other members, other SoFi Invest people, which does kind of change the element of how you use the app a little bit. Pretty fun. Also, you can create your own watch list. So as you're researching and learning about different stocks or tickers that you want to either trade or that you want to invest in, you can pop them on your watch list, which is nice. And then you also have popular investors, popular companies, and stocks that are trending. Popular investors, I would imagine, gain in popularity by the more people that follow them. And if you are doing really well on that leaderboard, I would imagine more people are going to follow you to see what trades you're picking. Even though there are popular companies and popular investors and certain stocks that are trending, I just want to encourage you to exercise caution, not to get sucked into what's trending or what's popular too much, and for you to develop your own investment trading plan or your own investment philosophies so that when you are executing on your trades, you research, you map out a plan, you have an entrance price point that you want to enter into a trade at, as well as an exit strategy of how you plan on getting your money back. Are you going to take out your basis? Are you going to pull out your basis plus profit altogether? Are you going to slowly pull out your basis as the stock goes up? Are you going to put some stop loss orders in? So make sure that you have a really good fundamental financial planning and investment philosophy, and don't just follow popular companies or what's trending. Make sure you do your own due diligence and your research. Also, auto deposits, really nice feature that you could automatically deposit money into your SoFi Invest account on a regular basis, because that will just further encourage you to save more and more money. The easier you can make your monthly investing goals, the better. So if you have a goal of saving, $200 a month, transfer $200 from your checking account into your SoFi Invest account, and then you could invest it as you want, either monthly or wait for that $200 to accumulate. But that's why the stock bits really come into play, because you could purchase a diversified pool of funds, with that dollar amount. So that's pretty cool as well. Set it and forget it, just automatically contribute. And then there's an education center, which is really, really nice, because not only are they offering you this platform for you to invest and buy and sell trades for free, but they also are encouraging you. If you remember from the video I made the other week about how SoFi wants their members to get their money right, part of getting your money right is getting financial literacy, getting financial education. So really nice that they have this feature as well. Conversely, in my opinion, here are some areas where I think the SoFi Invest portion of the app could be improved a little bit. I'd like to see a pie graph chart of all of the holdings that I have, just to see a little bit more of a breakdown. And then I noticed some comments on a few other videos as well, and they were saying that there isn't a line graph showing your account balance over time. So basically just a little bit more visual representation would be nice. Also, depending on what you're investing in, you might not be able to buy it through the SoFi Invest platform. For example, if you're getting a little bit into SPACs like myself, you'll probably notice that you can't really purchase SPAC warrants or SPAC units through the SoFi Invest platform, and you'll probably have to use other brokerages or other apps like Schwab. And I've had some fun trading penny stocks, which are quite volatile and quite risky. I've had some fun with it because I'm only playing with very small dollar amounts, but I'm having a good time. I have this one penny stock that I bought 500,000 shares for $50, and it's gone up like over 2,000% and now is $1,050. So I won't be able to do things like that on my SoFi app, and I'll have to stick with my penny stock fund to my other account. And this may be just a little bit frustrating, but there is just a very slight delay between what your account value says you have compared to what it says on the home screen of the SoFi app. There's a delay there, so that might need to be fixed as well. Not a huge deal to me because I place limit orders when I buy and limit orders when I sell. So I have a specific price that I'm trying to hit when I'm buying shares of a stock and a specific price that I want to sell at. So I'm not placing this on market orders. I'm doing limit orders for buy and limit orders for sell. So if you do mostly swing trades like me, then that's not too big of a deal, but it is just a little bit frustrating. By the way, if you make $125,000 a year married filing jointly, or less than that if you're single, and you're really not sure if you should contribute to a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, then check out this video right here. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate your time. See you in the next one.